What is happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and it is time to head out to the Catacombs of Carthus. But before that, the one big thing I wanted to mention that I forgot at the end of the last episode was, of course, the red-eye orb. So if we go up here, talk to Ringfinger.
I'm Leonard, the Ringfinger.
Anyway, we're going to skip through that dialogue. As you can see, he gives us the lift chamber key. Now, if you want the red-eye orb, it's basically a constant reusable version of the cracked red-eye. All you'd want to do to grab that is from this bonfire, travel on over to the tower on the wall, go down, go past the knight, go down the ladder, and that one door that was locked, you would use that key to head on down there and kill a dark wraith, and then after that dark wraith gets knocked out, that is where you would then obtain your red-eye orb. So, we're not going to bother with that just because I'm not that concerned with PvP and it is something that's optional. Instead, we're going to head on over to the Catacombs and get things started. So you may also notice that we are now using the great machete that I picked up. I ended up getting it up to +3, so even though it's not as upgraded as the butcher knife, it's actually a little bit higher on damage. The big thing about it being that I can actually apply resins to this, and then on top of that, I'm also able to infuse it. So we put a heavy gem on it, which increased the strength scaling of it. So I got quite a bit of damage out of the strength with this thing. That being said, I can only get about 3 swings on it just because it is a great axe and not an axe like the butcher knife was qualified. Just to look at them, you can see I'm looking at 336 against 247, and that is unbuffed. So it is quite a bit heavier, obviously. We're looking at, double the weight, but I think it'll be fun to use. So let's head on in, see what this machete can do for us. So from the Catacombs, we're going to be making a left first. Now the thing that's kind of tricky about this area is these skeletons will just keep getting back up. Damn, that thing is brutal. We're going to head over here. Grab our Carthus Rouge. Did not tell you to get up. And we have this guy. So, as always, be careful when you're fighting on a bridge. As you can see, these guys are probably one of the more difficult enemies you've faced up until now. Aside from the giant things that we were fighting back in the swamp, these are probably the next beefiest thing you're going to be taking on. And not so much beefy, but it's a very, very agile enemy. So, best to just kind of smash them when you can. And on top of that, they can resurrect, similar to how the skeletons did. So, keep that in mind. Now, over there, you'll see a platform. We're going to be heading on over into this first. So, I'd recommend going down and then down. And the advancement on that is kind of aggressive. And right over here, we should find our pyromancy tome. We got a diver. There is the Carthus pyromancy tome. Now the best thing about this pyromancy tome, it gets 2 spells which are really awesome and applicable to almost any build depending on which of them you use. Now the first spell is going to be Carthus Flame. Now that is what's going to let you apply a fire buff to your weapon. We're going to grab this area a little bit later. So for now, just take a left. Go on through. We'll grab a large soul and go up the ladder. But it's going to allow you to apply flame to a weapon very similar to using pine resin, which is great because it means you can constantly buff your weapon. Moving forward from there, the other one is going to be a damage buff that basically increases the damage you do for consecutive hits. So obviously that's not all that applicable when you're using a weapon like the Great Machete, but if you are using a faster weapon that can get those hits in, it is quite nice. So in this area you're going to see a lot of traps like this. If you walk on it, just move off to the side. You can actually use it to kill the enemies as well. I really like how just straightforward and like smashy that feels, Alright, so we're going to take this upper path, get a Soul of the Nameless, and then following that we have a Sharp Gem to pick up, which is basically the dexterity equivalent of what we just grabbed. Oh wow, one heavy attack is enough to just smash them outright. That's nice. We're going to be two-handing this for the rest of this area. I need to get more large Titanite since I had spent it on upgrading my butcher knife, and now we've obviously upgraded to a bigger knife. Sorry, skeleton, stay down. So from here, let's see, I believe this is where our turn is. No, our turn is down one more, but we'll take out these skellies first. No, they're busy walking. Alright, just let them walk. We don't have to kill them. We're going to go down and turn left, and that's going to be the area right before the ladder where I said we'll come back here later. Go down. There should be a trap right around here. I'm hoping to kind of bait these assholes into it, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. I guess I got to go a little bit further to get the trap to roll out. That's fine. We'll just take them out from where we're at now. Man, I really like the stagger on that. This thing is brutal. There we go. And did he drop the shortle? He dropped the kukri. Okay, so you can get that shortle off of him. Wasn't sure if it was a guaranteed drop, and it looks like sadly it's not. It's a really cool weapon. But with him down, we're gonna go, let's see, right room, first floor. Yes, we're gonna be going down there. So there's gonna be a trap in just a second. But before that, grab our 2 Titanite shards. Let's see. There's a first floor, past trap ball down the hall. Okay. So, yes, we're going to be going this way now. Down this hallway. And Anri is down here.
Oh, hello. How very fortunate. Have you seen my companion, Horace? To my shame, I was snared by a trap and we've become separated. I've not been able to find him since. Yes, I see. Horace is a valiant knight.
So we're going to run into Horace a little bit later. Not exactly going to be the kind of connection we wanted. So there's a crystal lizard here. Watch this. I know it's going to die. No, you don't. There we go. And where's it at? Where's the pop? There it is. Okay. So that's something that's new in Dark Souls 3. When you chase a crystal lizard off a ledge, you actually get the drop it would have had, as long as it goes off that ledge and it dies, which is pretty interesting. So from here, we're going to be heading down to the bridge. First, we got to fight our way past Skellis. I still have that damn arrow in me. There we go, it fell out. So the trap should activate any second now. This isn't like a floor trap that you hit, it just happens. We're gonna go down a little bit more. There we go, now it's coming. So this little side platform I'm on, that's your safety net, if you will. Where that guy's at, that's an alternate path we can take. Ooh, dodged it. From the bonfire. If we die, we'll end up taking that, but I don't expect that'll happen anytime soon. So, Get over. This trap, the ball will run all the way down to here. So keep that in mind. Alright, so at this point, there are some traps I want to make you guys aware of. Basically, you're going to see a lot of pots on the floor, and some of those pots are actually, you see that like little affinity thing this guy just put out? The pots will actually do that. So, we're going to show you how to identify good pots versus bad pots in just a second. These pots that have the bones, those are good pots. Stay dead. God, I wish I had a blessed weapon this early. Definitely bringing one here for New Game Plus. So there is quite a bit of crap in this area. Almost better to just make sure skeletons are dead before you proceed so they don't gang up on you. Now you see these pots that have the lids on them. If we break one of those, you can see the little pursuers are going to come out. So just keep that in mind as you start rolling through pots. We got to get to the back. There we go. For the Carthus Milk Ring. I'm not sure if that'll boost my stats much at all right now. Looks like it won't help my weapon at all. But really good ring. This is the ring that obscures your rolling, where you see people rolling all over and they have kind of a mist around them. That is with that ring. So, here, let's see. Should have a trap in the floor right there. Okay. Now we're going to fight another one of these guys, but there's also a kind of basic dude. So, just to be careful here, we're going to toss out an alluring skull, see if that'll lure him out. No, it's not going to, it seems. Alright, let's see if we can sneak up behind this guy. We can't. Come on. Oh, man. Hello, backstab. This is exactly what I didn't want to deal with. So that one extra skeleton, he'll sit there and he'll throw those little orbs at you, which can be quite annoying to deal with. So, kind of lucked out there bashing that dude down. Now we go kill the smaller skelly. Where are you at, asshole? God, the stagger potential on those is frightening. And we do have a bonfire a little ways up ahead, so keep that in mind. Oh, man. You can do so much damage when you add them up. Should have put that on, probably. Alright. So from here, let's see. Yes, now we're going to head back into this room. More of our friendly neighborhood assholes over here. Grab the large unknown soul. And if we can, I'd really like to split them up. Take them on one at a time. We can't cross this just yet. We will be in just a little bit, though. I think if I can do any... Oh, actually, let me do this. Get it nice and sharp. Come on. There we go. We got one. Perfect. Thank you for the shard. He fell down through the hole. Actually, no, he did not. He just completely bugged out somehow and fell through the level. So obviously, big hole right here. Make sure you walk around that. We're actually going to be going down into that area in just a little bit, but not just yet. We want to get to the bonfire first. So, another roly-poly ball of fun right here. Grab the item. Sprint, 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 and turn. And we've reached our bonfire. Go fast, I want to check. Ooh, yes. Looks like we're going to be doing an upgrade. hop back real fast. I want to upgrade my my butcher knife, excuse me, my machete. Get a little bit more damage to help one-shot those skeletons. And at this point, you're going to start finding a lot more large titanite, so don't feel like you have to be super liberal with it. You know, if you want to start upgrading a couple weapons, you definitely can do that. Especially as we move towards the end of the game. Regular titanite and large titanite becomes more than plentiful. On top of that, assuming you get all the ashes, you can actually buy regular, large, and even chunks from our merchant. Go. So the greatsword's also upgrading, but I don't think it competes with the heavy great machete just yet. We'll take a look. Let's take a look. Let's compare all three real fast. You can see the greatsword's not too far behind. If I gave it another upgrade and turned it into heavy, it probably would be. But yeah, you can see the machete certainly starting to fall off now. +4 and +4, we're looking at 365 compared to 247. But given that this does weigh a lot less, and of course because of that it is faster, so that is something that's important to keep in mind anytime you're considering, you know, weapons. Damage isn't everything, you know. So just do bear that in mind as you play through the game. You could have a weapon that does 700 damage, but if you can only hit twice with it before you've used all of your stamina, then it's not going to be very helpful to you. I think we have enough for a level. If not, we're going to be really close. Yes, we do. Excellent. We're going to get our vitality up a little bit more. Actually, so torn. Oh no, I'll put up endurance more, because if I need to, I can raise my vitality later and just get through it with the help of the ring. So also, we have quite a few bone shards to burn. We haven't been doing this. We just have not been keeping up with it. I'm terrible about it. And then I think I might have a... Yes, I also have an Estus shard. We'll go use that. I like how I get so used to just going through, like very methodical. I completely forget, like, the vital upgrade items I'm telling you guys about.
Be careful.
Actually, you know what? I almost never use the magic. Let me just... Well, no, actually, we are going to keep one. Because, while we're here, that pyromancy tome, we'll give that on over. And... Oh, we need 10,000 for it, but there it is. Carthus Flame Arc. I don't even have the stat requirements for it, so I'm going to have to drop some skills. That's definitely a nice one to pick up. Very, very low stat requirements. As you can see, we're at 9 and 8, so that's 3 points I'll definitely spend just to get that upgrade. It'll just prevent me from having to worry about using pine resin and things like that nature to buff my weapon. I can just freely buff it. So now we have the actual Catacombs of Carthus bonfire. And we're going to hop on over to that. And there's quite a bit left in this area, but I think I can get through all of it in this episode. We're going to have to hustle, but I think we can.